General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, May 22, suggests some major moments in the land of Port Charles as the nurses' ball rolls on. It looks like bombshells will explode left, right, and center, so it's time to dive into the drama. First off, Lulu Spencer will give Lois Cirillo an ultimatum. Lulu cornered Lois during the Wednesday, May 21 episode, and pretty much told her she knew that Giovanni Gio Palmieri was Brooke Lynn Quartermaine Chase's and Dante Falconeri's long-lost son. On the May 22 show, Lulu will tell Lois to either tell Dante the truth or she will. Speaking of the parents, a clip from tomorrow's episode shows Brooke Lynn, Dante, and Gio together as she tells Dante to give it up already. Even though Dante acknowledged that Gio's nurse's ball performance was incredible on the May 21 episode, it sounds like he'll continue to blame the young man for Rocco Falconeri's recent alcohol poisoning. Over on the other side of the gala, Drew Kane will feel rather confident for one reason or another, but why wouldn't he? With Tracy Quartermaine in jail and Portia Robinson under his thumb, he's riding a high wave. During the G8 preview for the May 22 episode, a clip is shown of him and Willow Tate Corinthos as she warns Ned Quartermaine and Olivia Quartermaine to let go of that ridiculous idea once and for all. It sounds like Ned and Olivia will present a united front when it comes to Drew and Willow, so fans should brace for a heated confrontation between these four. Maybe they let it be known that they are #Team Nicole Corinthos all the way. Back to Portia, General Hospital spoilers imply that her husband, Curtis Ashford, will decide on what his next move is. Will he and his wife head to Splitsville? Speaking of face-offs, Carly Spencer and Nina Reeves will have an encounter at the ball, but here's hoping that it isn't quite as physical as the one they had on Monday, May 19. The two women's chat quickly turned violent, but this likely won't be the case on Thursday. Nina does tell Carly that whatever happens next is on you, so it sounds like the topic of the Corinthos versus Corinthos custody hearing will be brought up. In other Carly news, she'll meet Jocelyn Jack's friend, Aka, WSB handler Vaughn. Joss may be more than a little nervous for her WSB associate to meet her mom, all things considered. Lastly, Sonny Corinthos will share more words with ADA Port Charles ADA, Justine Turner. Their conversation on the May 21 show wasn't exactly warm and fuzzy, so what will they talk about on Thursday's episode, and will more warnings be tossed around? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. On the Thursday, May 22 episode of General Hospital, spoilers tease that the nurses' ball continues and secrets explode. Curtis makes a decision. Will this be about his marriage or being under Drew's thumb? Next, Ned and Olivia issue a warning. They are talking, or is it arguing, with Willow and Drew. Something Ned tells Willow sets the nurse off. You can let go of that ridiculous idea once and for all, Willow tells Olivia and Ned as a proud and confident Drew looks on. Backstage at the ball, Brooke Lynn pushes Dante to be nice to Gio, who still thinks Dante hates him. Beat LQ praises Gio's performance and encourages her longtime friend, who, though none of them knows it yet, is Gio's father, to let go of his pride and say something kind. Come on, Dante, give it up already, she tells him, and Dante can't help but reveal a little smile. Nina and Carly once again come face to face. Sure, they've seen each other on the red carpet since their brawl, but the tension between these two is still off the charts. Whatever happens next is on you, Nina warns her frenemy. Nina isn't the only one Carly will be interacting with at the ball. Joss's mom will also be meeting Vaughn. Will Joss or Jack be there as well? Sonny continues to tangle with ADA Turner. He knows that she would like to see him leave Port Charles, but he's made it clear to her that she can't run him out of town. He's lived there for many years, his family is there, and he has no plans to let anyone chase him away. They're the reason this is happening tonight, he tells her. Also backstage, Lulu confronts Lois, having uncovered the truth. Gio is the son Brooke Lynn had with Dante, the baby she gave up for adoption. Lulu puts Lois on the spot. The only question now is who's going to tell them the truth. Lulu asks. General Hospital spoilers for the week of May 26 to 30 suggest that the land of Port Charles will explode with bombshells as May sweeps wrap up. From the sounds of it, the residents of the little town will deal with the aftermath of the 2025 nurses' ball and the drama that unraveled. First off, Tracy Quartermain will be inching at the bits to get back at Drew Kane for the ketamine frame job he did on her. Tracy genuinely wanted to team up with him to rid PC of Sonny Corinthos, and Drew turned around and planted a ketamine bottle in her car and ran to the police. Tracy ended up getting arrested right on the red carpet of the nurses' ball, much to her horror, so she'll be ready for payback. Drew knows that Portia Robinson and Nina Reeves were behind it all, so what gives with his swerve? Regardless, Tracy has proof of Drew and Nina's affair, so it looks like once she's out on bail, she'll be ready for some payback. Of course, she'll need help to spill the secret since she also knows her nephew. Michael Corinthos is locked in a custody battle with Drew's gal pal, Willow Tate Corinthos. It sounds like Tracy may turn to Michael's mom, Carly Spencer, with this piece of information. There's a good chance the ladies will work together to lock in Michael's custody of Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos. But will they believe the best thing to do is to expose Drew and Nina's secret affair right away, or perhaps hold on to it for Michael's custody hearing on June 2? Speaking of Michael, fans saw him on his way to PC during the Tuesday, May 20 episode on a private plane, so it looks like he'll be back on scene during the week of May 26 to 30. As per a report from Soaps.com, ex-Young and The Restless star Rory Gibson, who played Noah Newman from 2021 to 2023, is slated as the new Michael, so it'll be interesting to see how the actor presents the character in this new chapter of Michael's life. GA spoilers suggest Willow's world will be flipped upside down when she realizes her estranged husband is back in town and ready to fight for his children in person. As Michael will now be at the custody hearing, this changes everything. In fact, it only will increase his chances of getting full custody of Wiley and Amelia. Still, if the sun and moon align and Willow finds out about Drew and Nina's affair just as Michael returns, her world will be rocked on multiple fronts. Will she finally see Drew for the scum that he is? Will she have nowhere else to turn to but Michael? Could Willow and Michael feel sparks upon his return? How will this affect his other baby mama, Sasha Corbin? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Finally, with Lulu Spencer pressuring Lois Cerullo to spill the Gio Palmieri beans this past, the secret is on the cusp of blowing up and will likely surface by the time the week of May 26 to 30 rolls around. Brooke Lynn Quartermain Chase and Dante Falconeri will freak out upon learning they've been living under the same roof as their long-lost son for months now. Here are your General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, May 22, 2025. Lois should have known Lulu couldn't leave well enough alone and would do some digging and find the truth. She didn't help herself at Dante's birthday party when she mentioned how Sonny paid for Gio's education, and that Gio's adoptive mother allegedly gave birth in the same state where Brooke Lynn gave birth. Now, Lois has to stop Lulu from telling Brooke Lynn and Dante that Gio is their son. Lois knows that if Brooke Lynn ever finds out she has been lying all these years, then her relationship with her daughter will be ruined. Lulu warns Lois that either she tells Dante the truth or she will do it. Can Lois stop Lulu before it's too late? Meanwhile, Dante continues giving Gio a hard time while Brooke Lynn asks her old pal to give it a rest. Olivia and Ned have a bone to pick with Drew after Tracy's arrest. They are sure that Drew did something to set Tracy up because none of this passes the smell test. While Willow defends her smarmy man once again, Drew is as confident as ever that his plans are all coming together. Portia is still at his beck and call, and Tracy is in cuffs. What Drew doesn't know is that Curtis recorded their conversation the other day, and that Portia revealed all to her husband. When Curtis makes a decision, does he dump Portia or play the recording for all to hear? Carly and Nina share a few moments together that could lead to disaster. Nina warns Carly that she is making a mistake going ahead with that custody hearing without Michael in Port Charles, but Carly doesn't care. She is moving full speed ahead, but will soon get a big surprise. Carly also meets Vaughn for the first time, but she will have no idea that he is Jocelyn's WSB handler, since in Carly's world, her daughter isn't a super spy. General Hospital's nurses' ball always brings out the glitz and the glam in Port Charles. There was a time when formal events were de rigueur for soaps, and we saw them frequently. Now, the nurses' ball may be one of the only times we see our Port Charles pals dressed to the nines. It's certainly the only time we see our faves waltz down the red carpet and pose for professional photos while being interviewed by the national press. And of course, they have to look their absolute best. Mistress of Ceremonies Lucy Coe is the queen of costume changes and is expected to wear multiple gowns throughout 4 episodes that feature the ball. Inevitably, she ends up on stage in her underwear by the end of the night, but not before putting on quite a fashion show in the meantime. According to Soap Opera Digest, GH costume designer Sean Reeves chose the gowns and ensembles modeled by the glamorous women of Port Charles. Below, you can feast your eyes on the fashion, as well as learn who designed what the women are wearing. Lucy began the evening in a nurse's ball t-shirt featuring the logos from the ball through the years. You can even purchase the shirt from the ABC store by clicking here. Reeves told Soap Opera Digest that Lucy is wearing the shirt over a red gown designed exclusively for the ball. Red carpet co-host Nina Reeves was not happy to share her duties with mortal enemy Drew Kane, but she looked fantastic in a burgundy gown designed by MacDougall. Former Deputy Mayor Jordan surprised all when she arrived on the arm of Jen Sidwell in a stunning green gown from Black Halo. For Emma Scorpio Drake's first adult appearance at the ball that always meant so much to her mother, Robin Scorpio Drake, Reeves chose an orange cold shoulder sleeve ensemble by Halston. Brooke Lynn Quartermain looked unique in a fringed black sequined pantsuit with a white blouse underneath. Her ensemble was created by Rich Ratty Q. After her brawl with Nina, Carly Spencer looked stunning in powder blue. Her form-fitting nurse's ball wear came from Kyrie Boney. Like Brooklyn, Jocelyn also opted for black and white in a strapless mermaid-style gown from Halsey. Jocelyn's best friend Trina chose hot pink once again as she had in 2023. She donned a two-toned leopard print number from Show. Finally, Willow Tate Corinthos made her dramatic red carpet arrival in a crimson red dress designed by MacDougall. Willow also debuted a new short haircut at the ball. On General Hospital, fans are speaking up, and they want a couple shakeup. While the show pushes Trina and Kai, viewers aren't feeling it. Instead, they're rooting for Gio and Trina to heat things up, claiming the current pairings lacked chemistry and emotional depth. Reddit threads have exploded with opinions, and the message is clear: Trina and Kai feel too forced. Though the writers are working hard to present Kai as Trina's new love interest, fans say there's no spark. According to them, it's all style, no soul. One user noted that the chemistry feels non-existent, and that two attractive people looking good together doesn't equal a compelling story. Meanwhile, the buzz around Gio and Emma is equally critical. GA seems invested in this pairing, but viewers are pushing back. They argue Gio and Emma feel more like besties than lovebirds. There are no subtle flirtations, no tension, and nothing beyond a platonic connection. Even their sweet little adventures together can't convince fans there's a love story worth telling. The real chemistry, fans insist, was between Gio and Trina. They recall that early scene by the pool, the one where Trina saw Gio shirtless, and it had promise. But instead of building on that, GH pivoted fast. Now, many are frustrated that the show dropped something organic in favor of something bland. Narration. One fan commented, begging for a rewrite that puts Trina and Geo front and center. Some fans believe the problem isn't just with the pairings, it's with the pacing. Relationships are either rushed or underdeveloped. Many suggest that Trina and Geo could have had a slow burn worth investing in, filled with mutual interests, deeper moments, and layered tension. Instead, they're watching characters get slotted into boxes that don't fit. There's even a theory that Kai was only introduced to hold Trina's heart temporarily until Spencer's grand return. But fans aren't buying it. They want a real love story now, not just filler drama. Kai feels like a placeholder, much like Rory once did, and Geo is being wasted on a pairing that simply doesn't sizzle. At the heart of the debate is one clear message. Fans want connection, not convenience. And right now, Trina and Geo offer a real shot at that. Whether GH listens or not remains to be seen, but the passion from the fanbase is undeniable. That's the latest on General Hospital, and the couple shakeup fans are begging for. Keep following Soap Opera Daily for more heated debates and fresh spoilers. Until next time, here is your General Hospital recap for Wednesday, May 21, 2025, when Lulu confronted Lois about Brooklyn and Dante's son. Backstage, Nurse Amy came to the rescue when she located Lucy's first gown of the night. Lucy took a deep breath and gave everyone a pep talk before the talent portion of the night began. When Willow and Drew walked into the ballroom, Willow could tell all eyes were on her. People stared, then looked away uncomfortably. Willow tried to keep a smile on her face before telling Drew she needed to go change for her performance with the other nurses. Drew took his seat just as Lucy took to the stage and offered a little history of the ball. She started the event back in 1994 to raise awareness and funds in the fight against HIV and AIDS. I thought it would be a one-time event. She explained how much it has grown over the years. And this is what we do. We all get together as a community, and we do it for the greater good, Lucy said. Lucy finally introduced the opening act, the General Hospital and nurses, who sang and danced to their own version of Celebration by Kool and the Gang. When the number was over, Brooke, Lynn, and Chase ordered drinks and discussed the situation with Granny Tracy. I know how much my grandmother hates Drew, but she would never do anything that horrible, Brooke Lynn said. Dante wasn't so sure. Her Drew anger has reached epic proportions, Dan said. Who could blame her? The guy's trash with abs, Cody commented. Jocelyn caught up with Willow in the ladies' room and started in immediately. I didn't think you could sink any lower, but somehow you did. You being here, fawning all over Drew. It takes a lot of nerve, she said. Well, I am here and I'm not leaving, Willow responded. Jocelyn warned Willow that she'd never take Michael's kids from him. What happens with my children is none of your business. I am their mother. Wiley and Amelia belong with me, Willow calmly insisted. Jocelyn asked about Michael, so Willow told her that Michael refused to see her in Germany. It made me realize I just sit there waiting for him to come home. At the moment, nothing is more important to me than moving on with my life and being with Drew, Willow added. Just then, creepy Drew began banging on the ladies' room door. Oh wow, there's your hero now. Do you think he's late to come to your rescue because he and his white horse were out scoring blow? Joss asked. Drew barged in, but Jocelyn wasn't done. You're in the ladies' room, Drew? Are you looking for another girlfriend or maybe another hooker? Portia and Curtis spent some time alone in the Metro Court Gardens, where Curtis gave Portia a shock. He knew Drew was blackmailing her. Portia admitted it was true and explained how Brad was blackmailing her about Heather's test results, but then Drew got involved, and things grew out of control. That's when it escalated, and it became something much bigger, she said. Curtis grew furious. pointing out that he had gotten past 20 years of secrets and lies just for Portia to do this. "I didn't tell you 'cause I was afraid of exactly what's happening right now," Portia pointed out. Curtis worried about what this could do to their family. "This could destroy everything," he said, not even knowing about the ketamine part of the tale. Portia told Curtis that Drew wanted her to get Curtis to give him positive press. So Curtis grew even more furious that Portia manipulated him and ruined their marriage. Back in the ballroom, Sunny and A.J. Turner made some small talk. It was her first time at the nurses' ball. "It might be the last one that we're together at. You might have a hard time doing business in Port Charles if Measure C passes. Perhaps you'll relocate to a more welcoming climate," she said. "Port Charles is my home. Nobody's throwing me out of her," Sunny assured. Lucy soon introduced the next performer. "He combines classical sophistication with fresh street energy," Lucy said before Gio took to the stage. He had the audience bopping along to his violin performance that was as fresh as Lucy promised. Lois looked on in awe as Lulu looked at Lois suspiciously. After the performance, Lois praised Gio backstage. Lulu made sure to listen in as Gio told Lois how much he missed performing back home in Bensonhurst. "I feel so close to my mom when I'm on stage. I felt like she was up there with me," he said. Lulu made her presence known and asked to talk to Lois alone, but Lucy dragged Lois away to deal with the crisis. Carly and Olivia introduced the next number as Anna, Felicia, and Lucy danced onto the stage in cowgirl attire. Cowboy Spinelli made an appearance on lead vocals for a rousing rendition of "These Boots Are Made for Walking." After the number, Lois was once again right there to offer praise backstage. Lulu found her again, but this time she dragged Lois into a dressing room and told her that she knew Gio was Brooke Lynn and Dante's son. In Alex's living room, Alexis told Christina that she knew she had tried to kill Ava. Christina denied the allegations. "Whatever you think you know, you're wrong," she claimed defensively. "I can explain. Ava provoked me, and I wasn't thinking clearly. And I tried." Alexis interrupted her daughter before she could say another word. "You stop. Doesn't matter why you did it. You did it, and now it can't be undone. So now we just have to cover it up," she told a confused Christina. "I did cover it up. Only Lucky knows." "Did he tell you?" Christina insisted that she didn't mean to hurt Rick and Elizabeth. "I meant to cut Ava's brake lines," she said with her usual lack of self-awareness and knowing right from wrong. That caused Alexis to snap. "Who the hell cares whose brake lines you plan to cut? You tampered with a car with the intention of hurting somebody, and you did," she shouted at her delusional daughter. Christina claimed she felt bad and tried to stop it, but it was too late. She was also surprised that Rick and Ava had evidence against her. No, this can't be happening," a befuddled Christina lamented. "It gets worse. They have the car. They hid the car, and Rick and Ava are the only people who know where it is. If the police find that car, they will see that the brake lines were cut, and you'll be charged with attempted murder," Alexis informed Christina. Christina finally had a moment of remorse when she learned that Alexis was stealing from a 2-year-old to pay off Rick and Ava. "Ace is suffering now because of me," she lamented. "Ace will be fine. The real issue is that I am now involved in an embezzlement scheme with the two of them," Alexis shouted. Christina decided they needed Sunny to take care of things because it's not like he just had heart surgery or anything. Alexis warned Christina not to involve her father. "Christina, you do what I say, 'cause this isn't just about you. I am doing this for your sister too," Alexis said. She explained to a baffled Christina how Molly's knowing the truth could ruin both her personal and professional lives. On May 18, General Hospital fans were treated to a heartfelt real-life celebration. Rena Sofer, who plays Lois, marked a special milestone with her husband, Sanford Bookstaver. Their emotional story of reunion and renewal shines as bright as any soap plot. Rena Sofer's journey off-screen mirrors the emotional arcs we see on General Hospital. She and her husband Sanford Bookstaver first tied the knot 22 years ago. However, life threw them some challenges, and they spent 3 years apart. Despite the distance, love found its way back. Last year, the couple said, "I do" again. Now, as they celebrate their 1-year remarriage anniversary, Sofer reflects on how far they've come. Her touching Instagram post called Sanford the love of my life and expressed excitement for their next chapter. Sofer has never shied away from sharing her truth. Her post revealed that their time apart was both humbling and heartbreaking. Those years gave them clarity, helping them rediscover their bond. It's the kind of emotional depth that soap fans live for, and Sofer lived it in real life. She shared how thrilled she is to begin a new journey with Sanford, hinting at a big move on the horizon. While she didn't reveal the details, her excitement was palpable. Fans are now buzzing with curiosity about what's next. Rena's special day didn't go unnoticed by her soap family. Lawrence St. Victor, her bold and the beautiful co-star, sent his love and congratulations. Cindy Ambule, Don Diamond's wife, also chimed in with warm wishes. The soap community clearly adores Sofer and roots for her happiness. This warm camaraderie reflects the tight-knit nature of the soap world. These actors may switch networks and storylines, but the friendships run deep behind the scenes. The biggest question now: what is the next step, Sofer teased? Could she be relocating to a new city for personal reasons? Or might this move tie into something bigger, perhaps even a new role or storyline on General Hospital or another show? Fans are invited to share their theories and support in the comments. Whether she's playing Lois or just being Rena, viewers are invested in every chapter of her life. Rena Sofer's journey reminds General Hospital fans that real-life love stories can be just as dramatic, healing, and beautiful as the ones on screen. Her heartfelt tribute to Sanford shows that second chances are possible, and sometimes even better than the first. We're cheering Rena and Sanford on as they begin their next chapter. Whatever their big move is, it's clear they'll take it on hand in hand, full of love and hope. For more sweet updates on General Hospital stars like Rena Sofer, keep reading Soap Opera Daily. The 2025 Nurses' Ball is shaping up to be one of the most emotionally charged events in General Hospital history, marked by the unexpected return of Michael Corinthos, now portrayed by a new actor. Michael's re-entry is not only a pivotal character shift, but a development that dramatically alters ongoing legal and familial dynamics across Port Charles. Following Chad Duell's amicable departure from the role, GA producers confirmed that Michael will reappear during the Nurses' Ball, but the identity of the new actor remains undisclosed until the official on-air reveal. This recasting marks a significant tonal shift, introducing a version of Michael that is colder, more calculated, and emotionally distant. Michael's return is strategically timed. After months recovering from severe burn injuries in Germany, he steps into the Metro Court ballroom wearing a pristine tuxedo, exuding calm confidence. His scars are gone, physically and emotionally. The crowd reacts with astonishment as Carly and Jocelyn rush to embrace him, overwhelmed with emotion. However, others, particularly Willow, Drew, and Nina, are visibly shaken. Michael's reappearance disrupts a carefully crafted legal strategy by Drew and Willow. They had been preparing for a custody battle with Carly over Whitley, counting on Michael's absence to argue his detachment from parental duties. His sudden return, fully recovered and prepared for a legal fight, nullifies their advantage. Michael's confrontation with Drew is tense. There is no warmth in their exchange, only quiet animosity. Willow, already overwhelmed by the emotional tension, collapses during a stage performance. Paramedics quickly respond, and she is transported to General Hospital. Doctors later suspect a stress-induced cardiac episode. What's more unsettling is Michael's reaction, or lack thereof. He watches Willow being carried away without showing concern, signaling a chilling detachment. Carly and Jocelyn take note of the emotional distance, realizing this is not the same Michael they once knew. At the hospital, Willow recovers under Drew and Nina's watch, but tensions are high. Michael has already initiated legal proceedings to reclaim custody of Whitley and Amelia. Diane Miller is now representing him, and Carly stands firmly by his side. The momentum shifts rapidly in Michael's favor. The rest of Port Charles is bracing for fallout. Sonny Corinthos is expected to make contact soon. Though their relationship has been strained, Sonny respects power, and Michael is clearly asserting his. Meanwhile, Ava and Nina must rethink their strategies now that Michael's absence can no longer be leveraged. One of the most dramatic rifts is between Michael and Drew. Once nearly family, their relationship is now irreparably fractured. Michael blames Drew for the breakdown of his marriage to Willow and the trauma that followed. Drew views Michael's return as a threat to the stability he's built with Willow and the children. This fractured relationship is set to erupt both inside and outside the courtroom. Emotional confrontations are inevitable, and fans can expect high-stakes drama in the weeks ahead. Willow will eventually have to face Michael directly, and his hardened demeanor will leave a lasting impact. The 2025 Nurses' Ball will be remembered not only for its performances and elegance, but also for heralding a new chapter for Michael. With Chad Dwell no longer in the role, the recast introduces a tougher, more assertive Michael, one willing to fight for what he believes is his, no matter the cost. At the illustrious Nurses' Ball, beneath layers of glitz and glamour, emotions that had long been hidden came to the surface. Molly and Cody, whose quiet connection had grown over several months, could no longer mask their feelings. The ballroom's elegance and music set the stage for what seemed to be a turning point in their relationship. Molly, radiant and hopeful in emerald green, and Cody, projecting charm despite his nerves, shared a dance that spoke volumes. Their chemistry, once speculative, now became undeniable. Port Charles watched as their closeness became visible for the first time. An unspoken confession played out on the dance floor. However, the moment was disrupted by the unexpected arrival of TJ. His quiet demeanor belied the significance of his presence. Taking Molly aside, TJ revealed unsettling truths about Cody, messages and meetings from Cody's recent past that contradicted his claims of emotional readiness. The revelations highlighted inconsistencies, omissions, and a secret connection that cast doubt on Cody's sincerity. For Molly, this wasn't just about lies. It was about betrayal layered upon vulnerability. Still healing from her breakup with TJ, she had allowed herself to believe in the possibility of something new and real with Cody. TJ's motivation was not to reclaim what was lost, but to protect Molly from another avoidable heartbreak. Returning to the ballroom, Molly's demeanor had shifted. The brightness in her expression faded, replaced by silent devastation. Her wordless gaze told Cody everything. There were no angry confrontations, only a quiet acknowledgement that what they had built had shattered. The music played on, but for Molly and Cody, the night had taken a painful turn. As the ballroom emptied, the reality settled in. Molly walked away alone, reflective and emotionally drained. She had believed in a second chance, only to find herself caught in a new emotional fallout. Cody, left behind in the fading glow, grappled with regret and self-blame. He had underestimated the consequences of his past and lost a rare connection in the process. By morning, Port Charles buzzed with gossip. The love triangle between Molly, Cody, and TJ became the talk of the town. Yet beneath the speculation were real consequences. Molly missed work. Cody withdrew from his usual hangouts. And TJ, having said his piece, stepped away from the spotlight. Friends and family noticed the aftermath. Molly's apartment remained dark. Cody gave no explanations. What had begun as a hopeful evening had ended in silence and emotional rupture. Molly, alone in her apartment, wasn't angry. She was awakening to the reality that healing cannot be rushed and trust cannot be borrowed from a charming smile. She saw her own misstep, trusting too quickly, believing she was ready to love again before fully healing. Still, within her quiet reflection, she found strength. Not the kind validated by romance, but the kind built in solitude, the resilience to endure and the patience to wait for true healing. Cody, meanwhile, faced his own reckoning. What he had lost wasn't just Molly. It was the first real emotional connection he felt in a long time. The regret was profound, not because of what was done, but because of what was left unsaid. As Port Charles moved on to its next story, Molly and Cody were left with the emotional aftermath, a reminder that behind every public moment lies a private cost. The latest General Hospital developments reveal a shocking twist that has left Port Charles reeling. Michael Corinthos, previously known for his measured approach and desire to distance himself from the family's criminal activities, has orchestrated the return of Brenda Barrett to town. This calculated move represents a dramatic shift in Michael's character, transforming him from dutiful son to strategic opponent. Michael's decision to bring back Brenda appears deliberately timed to coincide with Sonny's attempts to leave the criminal world behind and ongoing custody battles involving Wiley and Amelia. The timing suggests this is not coincidence, but careful planning designed to destabilize the current power structure. A crucial revelation emerges about Brenda's connection to Michael during his time in Germany. When Michael faced life-threatening danger from unknown enemies, Brenda quietly intervened to save his life. This rescue operation was conducted in secret, with no one in Port Charles aware of her involvement until her recent return. This hidden act of heroism has created an unbreakable bond between Brenda and Michael, positioning her as more than just a returning love interest. She has become Michael's trusted ally and potentially his most valuable strategic partner. Perhaps the most explosive development involves Morgan Corinthos. Contrary to what the family believed, Morgan did not die as previously assumed. Brenda discovered that Morgan's death was staged, and she has maintained secret contact with him during her absence from Port Charles. Brenda's plan to bring Morgan back represents her most devastating move against the current family dynamics. Morgan's return threatens to completely upend Michael's carefully constructed position, while forcing Sonny to confront unresolved grief and guilt. Sonny finds himself caught between multiple conflicting pressures. Brenda's presence threatens to reawaken old feelings and destabilize his current relationships. Her strategic moves force him to question his understanding of his own family while dealing with the emotional shock of potentially reuniting with Morgan. Carly recognizes the threat Brenda represents to her influence within the family structure. Brenda's heroic narrative around saving Michael and her deep emotional connections threaten to undermine Carly's carefully maintained position of power. Nina faces increasing insecurity as Brenda's presence highlights the deep emotional history she cannot compete with. Every interaction between Sonny and Brenda serves as a reminder of connections Nina cannot replicate. Brenda's approach demonstrates sophisticated psychological warfare rather than direct confrontation. She operates by the traditional Corinthos family hierarchy faces unprecedented challenges. Michael no longer operates as the obedient heir, but as an independent power broker. Morgan's potential return adds another variable that could completely reshape family loyalties and succession plans. Brenda positions herself not as a returning love interest seeking reconciliation, but as a strategic player capable of influencing the family's future direction. Her actions suggest a long-term plan to restructure the power dynamics in Port Charles. The ripple effects extend beyond the Corinthos family. Other key figures face their own challenges. Brenda's return marks the beginning of a new era in Port Charles, where emotional manipulation proves as powerful as traditional mob tactics. Her ability to orchestrate complex moves while appearing to operate from emotional motivations makes her a formidable force. The situation has evolved beyond simple family drama into a sophisticated power struggle where understanding psychological pressure points becomes more valuable than traditional strong-arm tactics. As alliances shift and secrets emerge, the Corinthos family faces its most significant internal challenge yet. General Hospital spoilers for May 26 to 30, 2025 see Christina Corinthos Davis is freaking out, Drew Kane Quartermain is taunting everybody, and the nurses' ball explodes with massive fallout. As we always do on Early Edition Day, we talk about what is coming the rest of this week. So on Wednesday, May 21st, the nurses' ball is really getting started, and Lois Cerullo is on Lulu Spencer's radar. Of course, she wants to tell Dante Falconeri about Gio Palmieri, and that Brooke Lynn Quartermain and Lois lied to him, which she's off the mark on 50% of that. But Lulu has told Cody Bell she needs some proof. How can she get it? Because everything seems to be blowing up this week. So maybe Lulu overhears something at the nurse's ball that convinces her she's got the goods and is free to blab to Dante. Meanwhile, Jocelyn Jacks chooses Willow Tate, a new one at the nurse's ball. She's laying into her about trying to snatch Michael Corinthos' kids away from him. And of course, this is all Carly Corinthos Spencer's doing, which Jocelyn knows. So yeah, but Michael seems to be on the way back. So he may be there to confront Willow himself or try to work things out peacefully. Christina is in utter shock that Alexis Davis knows she tried to kill Ava Jerome and almost killed Rick Lansing and Elizabeth Weber as a result. And Alexis is going to tell her that, yeah, by the way, I know you did it and Rick, and have proof that you did it. And I do wonder if Alexis is going to go ahead and just clean the slate, tell her everything. Obviously she's going to tell her, this is why I was trying to have you committed, was to try and stop criminal charges. And instead, once again, I'm covering for you, and I'm paying blackmail. The nurses' ball really kicks off. All the talent begins. Lucy Coe is taking the stage to host. There are a few issues. Will Harrison Chase get back in time to do some tangoing? Looks like he might. She promises it'll be a night no one will ever forget, and I believe that is going to be accurate. Curtis Ashford, meanwhile, tells Portia Robinson that what is going on could destroy everything, and it looks like an uncomfortable conversation about. Sonny Corinthos tells Ada Turner that nobody is going to run him off. I hope this is not Sonny and this woman, kind of doing some kind of hate flirting. I don't want to see him in another bad romance with somebody in law enforcement or the DA's office. We've had so many of them. None of them have ever worked out. Thursday, May 22nd, Ned Quartermain and Olivia Falconeri warn someone, maybe Drew for framing Tracy Quartermain, knowing he will face her wrath. Or maybe it's Chase for arresting her at the ball. Lots of things to consider. Vaughn gets to meet Carly. She may figure out he works for Jack Brennan, and then if she sees him hanging around Jocelyn, that could be weird. The nurses' ball is in full swing still on Thursday. Life-changing truth bombs explode. Maybe Lulu got the info she needs and feels comfortable blowing up things. Brianna Aidi is this year's guest artist performing at the nurses' ball. She will be performing on Thursday's episode. Drew is feeling super smug like the king of the world. He has gotten Tracy in handcuffs. Willow is on his arm and her new haircut is super cute. And all his devious little ducks are in a row. But unbeknownst to him, Michael is on his way back to town. That's going to shake up everything that Drew has been plotting and reveal some of what he's done. Curtis makes a big decision. Is he going to fight back against Drew and ignore the threats? Or is he going to, dump Portia? He may still help her fight Drew anyway. Both things can be true. Then on Friday, May 23rd, Carly gets an offer. Maybe it's from Jack. Maybe it's about the custody case. Max Scorpio is feeling relieved. Maybe Tracy got bail, and she is out of the PCPD. because I'm guessing Mac does not want to listen to her mouth. Maybe he's just relieved because they throw her down in a holding cell. We'll see, but I am enjoying the Tracy versus Drew stuff. I know she's going to win in the end though, right? Meanwhile, something has Trina Robinson worried. Maybe it's her nurse's ball performance, but I think more so it might be that Kai is pushing himself too much, too fast, too far right after this risky surgery. By the end of the week, the nurses' ball acts have finished and lives will never be the same after at least one major secret, possibly more, are exposed. The truth about Gio seems most likely to blow up, but we'll find out by Friday. And speaking of Friday, Jason Morgan gets a mysterious phone call. Is it going to be recast Michael calling to say that he is back in town because he's on the jet? Seems likely to be him. And May 26th through the 30th, it looks very likely that we are going to get to see Michael after months of his being gone. So the guy sitting on what looked to be a private jet watching the nurse's ball on a tablet is likely the actor replacing Chad Duell. More importantly, this guy was watching Drew and Willow on General Hospital spoilers. So, it's just a very strong possibility that is Michael, and he's swooping in to surprise everyone. Hopefully, we'll get a glimpse of his face by the end of week 1, but probably week 2. Meanwhile, Christina is facing a decision. We just saw Alexis finally blurt out to her that she knows she tried to kill Ava. And with all that coming out, Christina has to decide, is she going to let Alexis continue to pay the consequences for her or do the right thing and turn herself in? Maybe that Shadybrook plan is going to still be on the table. Portia is going to be terrified that her marriage to Curtis is over and done with, just as Dr. Isaiah Gannon overheard her saying behind closed doors. Maybe Isaiah is going to offer her some comfort. Tracy fires shots back at Drew. Of course, Tracy didn't do it, and she knows Drew has framed her. So, seems like that last request Drew paid Brad Cooper the extra $500K for was probably for him to steal one more vial of ketamine and plant it in Tracy's car. It's pretty clever, but you know, Tracy's not going to take this lying down. Brooke Lynn has to face the music and not nurses' ball music. Next week, we should probably be seeing fallout about the Gio secret that has been simmering for way too long. Brooke Lynn's going to have to explain things. Lulu is going to have to explain some things as well. The biggest people that are going to be in the hot seat obviously is Lois, who is in town, and Grandma Gloria Cerullo, who is back in Bensonhurst, where Lois is probably going to be thrown back to soon. Lulu and Cody are probably going to have to pay some consequences for either butting out or not coming to Dante much earlier, and instead basically conspiring against Brooke Lynn. And Cody is really probably going to be in some trouble because he is both Dante and Brooke Lynn's friend, and Lulu is his friend, you know, his new friend. But Lulu, as we all know, is doing this for selfish reasons. No matter what she said, Molly Lansing Davis is going to be comforting Cody, and she may herself need some comfort from Cody once all the Christina stuff spills. Dante's going to be left struggling. Gio's going to be crushed, and Carly has to defend some of her recent actions. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.